Hey, it's Chronologically Gaming, the only channel that's perpetually retro because we're playing every video game in order of release. This was your video game entertainment in November 1982.
You folks were a wonderful studio audience. Thank you for your participation here tonight. I'd also like to thank Paul Schaefer and the gentlemen in the band, Bill Wendell, and everybody else who was here tonight, Commander Cody. Ed Subitsky was with us tonight.
We were last in the arcade playing La Papa, or as it's known in other regions, Rootin' Tootin'. Let's see what our next game is. We're still going to be in the arcade, and I am so excited to show you this game. This is Rougien. Rougien? It doesn't matter how it's pronounced because the game rocks. Here's the advertisement flyer for Rougien. There's a lot going on with this advertisement flyer. It is all over the board. What's with the kissy lips? What's with the actual scary clown lips? And then are we going to go in the mouth? There's a mothership, a barrier, a UFO, and a space shuttle. All this, just take it all in. It's just crazy like, right? Yes, it's the first Rouge-like is what we were expecting, I guess, to see on this. This marks the 482nd game we've played in the arcade here on Chronologically Gaming, or showcased in the arcade. What else do we got? You flip it over the back, you can see where it's from. We're going to Japan. There's the point values for everything, including lips. Gotta shoot those lips. And we have on the right side, in English, Rougien, Space Devil is coming out. Scramble the space shuttle. An uncanny space devil. Rougien has the shape of a lip. Oh, so Rougien is the lips. I gotcha. The space shuttle fights against the spaceship Space Train. If you go into the space train and destroy the UFOs and oh man, this feels like a fever dream. This is great. It shows you how to play. Defeat the space devil. You have to use the control level and the lever and the shoot button. Advance to the second pattern, and then the weak point of Rougien, fly into the space shuttle of the wings of the fuselage. This has a whole lot of things that are happening right now. All this has is an 8-way joystick and a fire button for the arcade. And I do not have an example of the arcade cabinet. That's how rare or hard to find this is. Rougien, that sounds right, Errol. I'll take it. And there's the example of the screenshot. All right, so, we do have a manual. That's helpful. Oh, but everything's in Japanese. That's not helpful. So there it is. Fly the space shuttle into the lips. Got it. And then if you can read Japanese, you can translate everything here. This might be, oh, it is. It's actually explaining some of the game with point values. Most of the time when we get manuals or operator manuals for the arcade, it's about, making sure you don't shock yourself when you're assembling all the pieces, making sure you have all the parts and so forth. Okay, that's what I was looking for. There we go. We'll skip the rest of that. All right, so no help there. Let's go to the arcade and play Rougien. This is by Senritsu Dinky Company. In the beginning of November 1982. This is the third game we've seen by Senritsu Dinky. The other ones were Mermaid and Dream Shopper, which Dream Shopper is already a weird game in itself, so I don't know what to expect. So here's our attract mode. It's already starting with some really nice presentation. We are a space shuttle. Look at it go. It takes off. No sound in the attract mode. But I'm already getting really good vibes. Oh, yeah, it's already playing itself. It's a shooter. Nice. They didn't explain really anything. I wonder if they're going to go through different scenes. Let's just see how far we can go and put in our coin. Yes. And if we do a two-player mode, you just take turns, so it's not simultaneous play. Ready, set, go. Where's my fire? Oh, and he talks to us? Okay, there's my fire. Got it. Already seeing... Wow, okay, yeah, very fast-paced shooter. Also, I was going left to right, and I realized I can move up and down. So it's not just going back and forth. Look at this. I have a little bit more range of movement. I can go all the way to the back and all the way to the front, and the enemy patterns are really, really nice. I have lots of firepower, too. Oh, yeah, this is nice. So I can move up and get really, really quick firepower in, but then I can also pull back if it gets too intense. Like this. The enemy patterns, though, really remind me of Galaxian, the way that they were swooping in, but going that far in the distance, I can actually shoot them really far away. Look at this. All the way back there, I can tear them up. That's awesome. Look, right here above my shoulder, it's actually showing the different phases that we're going through. And now we're going to the next phase. Oh, it's going to the whole nother tier. Now we're, whoa, now we're doing a full-on shoot-'em-up, vertically scrolling shoot-'em-up. And now when I use the joystick, check out the space shuttle. It's going from up to down, almost like in the same way we do with Zaxxon, but not in the isometric view. So I have only one fire, but I can go lower and I can go higher. So I can raise myself up above the enemies. This went up high, and I can actually go low to dodge the enemies. And that means my shots are going high and low. So it's essentially, I'm doing a three-dimensional shooter. Got to be careful where you fly, but I'm already loving this. This is insane how good this is. Because this whole scrolling shoot 'em up in the arcade like this is, we don't really see a whole lot that are like this. Well, at least with this presentation. And also the way that I'm able to move the ship to the bottom and then high, doing lower and higher to dodge. Oh, and now what's going to happen? We got to the end of that phase. Oh my gosh. Wait a second. Can I still... Oh, I can still move the ship up and around. What in the world? And it's actually dragging the sides? Wow, look at that. If you go to the edges, it's... I don't know if it's hurting me. I don't think I have a health. Wow. And it's doing what seems like the super scalar technology that we saw with Turbo. And the lips laughed at us. So can we put our high score in? Yes, we can. That was amazing. Yeah, you can say whatever you want about the funky title or the lips, but that's fun. Oh my gosh, look at the ranking. We have 50 high scorer tables. I don't think we've seen that for our arcade game. That's crazy. And we didn't go very, very high. Oh, we can continue? Yes. Yes, we can keep going. Pay to win. Let's go. Oh, this is nice. So I'm loving the way that I can move the ship around freely, and it's letting me know when I get to the edges, too. Kind of a jerk reaction to the next scene. Notice it's not smoothly going, but it's giving me the effect that we're flying through 3D. And if you got enough money, I think you can see it all. So we got all the cash. We have all the yen we want. We're just going to keep going until we see the entire game then. Because you can see right above my shoulder how many modes we have. Oh, it looked like we were traveling into code. Oh, there it is. The Rougien. Is it shooting hearts at us? What is that? Is it hearts with lips? I don't know if I'm making an impact on the face, though. Or am I supposed to fly into it? Yeah, I say the same thing, too, Parada. How have I never heard of this game before? What we just experienced wasn't like true super scaling. It was... They're doing some kind of magic to make it look almost like super scaling, or maybe it's like a proto version of it. Oh my goodness, what in the world? The lips are on fire now. Okay, so we are on the last phase, so this is the final phase. I don't know if I'm even making a dent on them. But what was really cool is that this shooter is essentially, it starts off making you think you're playing a fixed shooter. Oh! What just happened? Do we do it? Yes. Nice shoot. We did have a nice shoot. Wow. Yes, to my knowledge, this was only in Japan. Senritsu Dinky only had releases in Japan or in other parts of Asia, so I don't know if this was recorded anywhere else. So you can see now it's repeated ad nauseum. Let me switch the camera really quick so you can see what it's displaying on the other side. So it's showing you not as detailed as like the flags in Galaga, but going from level to level, you can see where you're going. Oh, I messed up. Can I delete? No. I'll be CA. How did I rank? I'm 35. Yeah, because every time that you put another coin in to continue, you are essentially resetting your score. Yep, I can continue though. Well, keep going. Okay, put another coin in. Let's go. That's right, Brian. It reminded me of that too. So this game starts like a fixed shooter. In fact, if you only saw the first mode, you'd think we're playing something like Galaga. But the way that I'm able to move around even more freely, and the enemies are in the distance, I would argue this is like this plays better than Galaga. I love the power up. The only thing it doesn't have is we still haven't seen up to this point a game that truly matches that game mechanic of Galaga. You know, you remove your ship, it gets sucked up by the portal, and then you can rescue your ship to get more firepower. So it doesn't have that going for it. But when they switch the game mechanic to a fixed shooter, shoot 'em up, to a chase view shoot 'em up, that's where it just blew my mind that they did that. And then they had the top-down shoot 'em up view. Yes, right? Oh man, yeah. I wonder if this was ever ported anywhere. Do you know where we can play this in the actual arcade? Because I would love to play this without emulation. This is incredible. I mean, look at the enemy patterns. Look at that one. Great 3D effects. Reminds me of a few of... This is actually a different enemy pattern. This is a different enemy pattern than we just played. So with the second loop, it's doing harder enemies. Oh, man. And we have a taunting enemy. We're going to get a really, really bad taunting enemy later. And you know the one I'm talking about from the arcade. It's going to be yelling at us from across the arcade. But having the lips laugh at us is reminiscent, too. That's great. Yeah, right? I am very blown away. I love this giant high score table too. That's awesome. So a lot going for this one. I want to keep I would keep going, even though it's going to continue the loop. It's a great loop. For shoot 'em ups though that you can play right now that are really, really good, like the game changing shoot 'em ups right now would be games like Bosconian, games like Defender, Jump Bug, Mars, Scramble, Super Cobra, Space Cruiser, Zaxxon, Gravatar, Mission X, Moon Patrol, Radical Radial, TAC-SCAN, Vanguard. And of all those games, they still play like you're playing a scrolling shoot 'em up or a fixed shooter. Then there's games that use the chase view rail shooter, like from behind the view of your ship. At this point, you could be playing Explorer by Data East or Space Encounters. But that's about it. There's not a lot of games that are taking the chase view shooter. So that's amazing. We have both of these all in the same package. This game has checkpoints. It has the continue option. It has both perspectives of shooters you can see. And while I do get a little vibes of Galaga, some of the other really good Galaga-style games you can play right now would be like AE on home computers or Satan's Hollow. But there's not a whole lot that this is pushing beyond those. I mean, I'd say it's even better than that. Yes, 4 stars, good shoot. Yeah, over in the chat, I see lots of 4s, 4.5s. Did anyone say 5 yet? Yeah, no one said 5 of all the games you could play. Since it's an unknown title, the other thing to point out is just how well it plays. I love the ultimate firepower, and I want to see this game get harder as we go. I want to go through more and more waves and play it even longer. So yeah, we haven't seen a video game that's copied exactly the mechanic of Galaga, but this one is, it's not like a classic arcade game, but it's doing, I mean, look at this. This screen right here is going to be one of the best games we play before we end 1982 as a shoot 'em up, and this one, it's doing different enemy patterns too than it did last time. That's awesome. Another thing to note is we're playing as, or we're shooting as a space shuttle. This is the very first video game where the plane that we're flying is a space shuttle as a shooter. That's just another weird thing too, because most of the games are like sci-fi ships. This is an actual space shuttle. So a lot to unpack there with Rougien. Of all the games you could play up to this point, yeah, it is good shoot. Very good shoot. I'm going to go even saying it's one of the best games you could play in the arcade right now. I don't know if I can go as far as high as saying 5, but this is a lot of fun. This is incredible. Yeah, 4.5 of all the games you could play. I see a lot of 4.5s too. Yeah, but it's great. Yeah, I know. Sinistar reminds me. We haven't seen Sinistar yet. It's going to be coming up very soon, or I think around end of November or December is when we'll see that one. It's so close, though. All right, that was awesome. Let's see what our next game is. Oh, man, this shows we're playing everything under the sun. But let's go on the Sinclair ZX Spectrum and play Roulette. Just Roulette, that's all it is. All I found with this one is an ad from Diamond Software, as close as possible to actual Roulette. That is extremely fuzzy and blurry. It's like we're going from the top tier to the bottom of the barrel video games here. We're just all over the place. So this one, I'm kind of lumping lots of Roulette games in because it's just called Roulette. This is the 130th game that we've played for the Sinclair ZX Spectrum, and this one has several versions. We're going to play one by Diamond Software. It's also called Monte Carlo Roulette, but this is Roulette by Roger Diamond. And then we're going to play another one that's by another person that's just called Roulette as well. Oh gosh, the color scheme is extremely garish. My eyes are already burning. How many players want to play? You can play up to 4 if you want to. I'm just going to go with 2 this time. We don't have time for 4 people to play Roulette. Oh, we get to put our name in. Nice. Player 1, I will be Chrono. And player 2, last person in chat was Brian. So me and Brian are going to see what Roulette's like. And yeah, it's just like Roulette. Place your bets. Let's see, I got £1,000 because we are in the United Kingdom. I would do £500. Can I do that? Oh, wait, you have to put, the first one is place your bets. Like, where are you going to put it? Let's put it, everything on black. Bet on black. Let's do 6. There you go. How much on 6? 500 on 6. So everything's typing in. There is no way I can move the cursor or select the numbers. I have to type everything in. So now, place my, my bet. Let's do red. How about red 16? How much on 16? Let's do it all. Oh, not enough money. Sorry. 400. Do we actually see a betting wheel? I don't think so, right? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, there it is. Oh, there's the wheel. It doesn't even have a real wheel. So there you go. That's roulette. That's pretty much all I'm going to show. It is a gambling style game. We don't play these as long, but there was one other game from 1982 that was called Roulette on the Sinclair ZX Spectrum. This is by Stefan Fries. Again, sometime in the beginning of November, these came out. Stefan Fries's may have been any time, but I just lumped, since it was roulette, we might as well have fun with it. So here we go, another roulette that you could have played. This is the very first time we saw anything by Diamond Software, and it's the fourth video, or I guess fourth and fifth video game that is roulette video games. Yes, I know. Start bringing them way low. It works for roulette. If you want to play it, it worked great. This presentation is actually better than the other one. Yeah, it's doing. Oh my gosh! And wait, it has dollar signs. Money, money, money. Las Vegas. Cool. Yeah, it is roulette. Can we play? Oh, maybe it's just like a, oh, no, there you go. How many, do you want to see the rules? Let's say no. We don't want to, we can do 1 to 4 players again. Let's do 2 again. How many rounds do you want to play? Nice. We're not going to play that many rounds. 2 will suffice. Oh, we don't get to put our names in, but this one looks all right. You can use the, you can use the cursor keys to move the chips. Okay. So there you go. Yeah, look at that. And then set the chip. And then how much is on that one? Let's do, what I got, $500, 200. So this one is having a better interface than the last one. At least you have the cursor keys to move around, but it's still all keyboard controlled, and you have to use that spongy chiclet keyboard of your Sinclair ZX Spectrum. Yes, good shoot, Manly. I'm going to use that for a long time on the show. Man, that game was a good shoot. All right, so we have the cursor keys to move to the right, and then we'll just do last chip. How much is this one? 100. There we go. Oh, it's the same one. We don't get a real roulette wheel still. They're just going to keep going around like that. All right, so there you go. Just a couple quick tastes of what roulette was like to play as video games in November 1982, and just, I guess, in general, because on home computers, we haven't really played a lot of roulette. That was barely even playing roulette. We didn't even win anything. Yeah, I'm looking over the chat. I see mostly bad. It is what it is. I will put it that way. But of all the games you could play right now on all home computers, roulette, at least the Diamond Software roulette, is low, very low. Yeah, 2 stars is a good way to put it. You'd have more fun with other games, but if you wanted to play roulette, there you go. It works. Yeah, that one looked a little better. Yeah, you could rate it higher. Definitely could. All right, after that, let's see what our next game is. We're next going to play on the Atari home computer. This is Voodoo Castle. If the name sounds familiar, that's because we've seen this game originally from 1979. Yes, Voodoo Castle has already been on the XD Sorcerer, the TRS-80, the Atari home computer, the VIC-20, MS-DOS, and the Texas Instruments home computer. This game has been on all those computers. This is the re-release, the enhanced version of Scott Adams' adventure game Voodoo Castle, known as Scott Adams Graphic Adventure, or Saga. There are 6 games that we've played so far from the Saga series, and we've actually seen all 6 of these on the Apple II already. There's 9 that we've seen total, because we play all the ports of them. This is the first time that we've seen this for the Atari home computer. We've already seen this game, the enhanced version, on the Apple II, so this is the second time we've seen this enhanced version. Just lots of Scott Adams here on the show, just because he made so many ports. You flip it over the back, you can see anything can happen. It'll be a good shoot. Maybe it'll be a good shoot. Yes, this is the remake version of it. We're going to go on an adventure. Do we have anything else for Voodoo Castle? Besides the box, there's the ad. Same that looks like the back of the box there. This is part of Scott Adams' classic adventure game series, and this is the 57th game we've played from this series because we play all the ports. 57. We've seen Scott Adams over 50 times, like as a developer. 50 games that he's done because of all these ports. Yeah, I know, it's just copied and paste from everything else. This is by Adventure International, and this is the 91st game we've played by Adventure International. They're big. They're really, really big. Lots of games that are out there right now. There's our 5 1/4 floppy disk for Saga Voodoo Castle, or Saga number 4 Voodoo Castle. And this one is, yeah, available also in 1983 and then in the United Kingdom in 1984. So let's pop it and play the first time you could play this on the Atari. Voodoo Castle by Scott Adams and Alexis Adams, and graphics by Kim McNair, the beginning of November 1982. All right, Alexis Adams has given us Pirate Adventure, Voodoo Castle, Strange Odyssey, and Kim McNair, this is his 7th game that we've seen on the show. And this, because it's a remake, is not just a text adventure. This is a graphic text adventure. There are pictures, high-res pictures. All right, so we don't need to adjust the margins. We can just skip that. This is the 64th game that we played that is a graphic text adventure, a text adventure game with pictures or static pictures. Maybe some, no, maybe not, maybe a little bit of animation there, but not really any animation. And for games that are enhanced remakes, up to this point, this is the 11th enhanced remake. Other people have already made games and remade them already in November 1982. Isn't that crazy? And also, this is Scott Adams' game. His name's in the title. This is the 15th game we've played where the creator's name is in the title. I'm looking at you, Sid Meier, because we're going to see you later, too. All right, do we want to format? No, we do not. Flip it over. Now I'm going to cheat because we're not really in November 1982. I'm going to take the disc, flip the disc over, and hit return. And now they ask our colors. Red, yellow, blue, green. That's close enough. Yeah, that'll work. We don't really have a television set to mess with. Yeah, I don't think he did Dilbert. It's not the same guy, right? But yes, Scott Adams. Here we go. Want to restore a previously saved game? We actually do. We've seen this game so many times that I thought, let's continue the saga of us playing the game. So I saved the last time we played this version, and we'll just load from there. So if you want to look at the last time we played, I'll include a link that you can go to catch up to this point. And maybe if we keep seeing Voodoo Castle, maybe we'll actually see the end of the game because we're playing it so much. How about that? All right, so restore a previously saved game. Yes, I do. And then we want to use this area, so now you can see what loading's like on the Atari. Mount the unformatted saved disk. So now we can take our disk, we take that out, pop the new disk in, and then now this is our save disk, and now we have to remount, so we got to take the disk out again, and put in the other disk, and now hit return. And then it loads, it's the same way it always loads with a Scott Adams adventure game, telling us what to do, what vocabulary and words and so forth. All right, so here we go now. Hit return. And we're where we left off. Look at that. The same place we had before. It's Too Dark to See. That's where we last left. If you didn't see the previous version of us playing Voodoo Castle, we began the game. We woke up and saw the Count of Monte Cristo looked like he was dead or in a coffin, and it's our job to revive him or bring him back. And we ended up mixing some potions together. We shrank to a small size, got larger. No, I think we're still small right now. We're still, I think, only 3 feet high, if I remember that correctly. So this is another video game that's meant to be a horror-themed game. It is the 48th game we play that's a horror-themed game, and it is we're going to have some fun with it. Here we go. So what should we do now? We're in the dark. Let's go ahead and get the foot that we can't see. Okay, we got the foot, and let's move up. So we're in the hole. Let's get out of the hole. Now you can see where we were before. Last time we did this, though, we were on the Apple II. So this is like we're going from one computer, and we saved on one computer, and we're getting to load on another computer. Oh, yeah, it's definitely the 80s with all the disk swapping. It's not the first time. We've swapped lots of disks around here. All right, it's difficult to move in the dark, but we made it. We made it out of there. All right, so let's go ahead and head north. Now, this game does what we've seen with other graphic text adventure games where it has the picture right now, but as soon as I start to type, then it switches to all text. So you can see right now we are north. If I say look, you can see what we're at. Oh, I see nothing very special, but if I hit enter, it says I'm in a room in the castle, visible items are animal heads. Got it. And if I hit enter, it'll swap back and forth between the text and the pictures. Okay, so let's go ahead and remove heads. take off the heads. Yes, and it removed it. Nice. All right, so it didn't ask us what to use it with. We were supposed to say with the sword, but I'll take it. Okay, so let's drop the heads. We don't need them anymore. Okay, we don't need the sword either. Sword that we picked up from our previous time. Dropping the sword now. All right, so now we have the safe. We found the combination last time we played. So let's turn the safe handle, and we just have to say turn 38. So we got the combination. We turn 38 and then turn 33. And like I say with every text adventure game we play, you have to know how to command your player to work the safe. You know, we know the code, the combination, but how do you describe it? Do you say use combination, work combination, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, it doesn't look very dark right now. At least it was before. Okay, so now let's examine the safe. The other thing to note is every time we play these adventure games, the Scott Adams ones on the Atari home computer, notice that you can barely see the text. I'm sure that you're watching the show right now. The way that they mix the colors around, you would have to adjust your television set to get the right look of the game. Because even when we played without graphics, some of the colors on the Atari home computer usually are muted. And we've seen that with other games too, arcade-style games. But if you're having trouble reading the text, I'll be just saying it out loud because I can understand. It's very difficult. All right, guys, we examine the safe. There's an antique hammer here. Where? I don't see an antique hammer. So we open this safe, and you see nothing until you actually tell the player to examine. Then you can see what the hammer is. All right, so ready? Now we can say get hammer. Even though I didn't see the hammer. All right, got it. Okay, let's drop the glass now. Got it. So we're just dropping some inventory, clearing away some space. All right, let's drop the plaque. That was the other one we had. So just clearing some inventory space now, and let's head south. The hammer is what we need. Okay, we're back there. Let's go ahead and head west. And this is the stairway that we led down originally, so let's go west again. We're following the map that we wrote down on paper because that's what you would have done right now to work your way around. All right, let's head south. Past the torture chamber. Nice. Oh, no, we're in the torture chamber. Great. All right, so let's go door. I'll never forget go door. A beam of light shines on grave. A grave? Oh, we're in the graveyard. Yikes. All right, so we can go through the door because we've already shrunk in size. And that's another one of the puzzles that if you didn't mix the potions together, which, by the way, on my replay, when trying to figure the puzzle for the mixture, if you don't do it at the right time or type the right command at the right time, the potions get all mixed up and then you end up changing the wrong size. So it's just all over the place. I know, right? And even this screen, look, you can barely make out this one as well. But it's still a novelty to have a video game that's an adventure game like this that's including pictures or graphics. At this point, though, we have seen some adventure games that include some animation in the graphics. I think Sands of Egypt, they had an actual a presentation of the graphics. It looked really good. And so it's still something that is a little more difficult to do, but there is engines now that are allowing easier use of graphics for these pictures. If you look back at Mystery House by Sierra, you'll see it was really, really janky looking picture because they didn't have any software. They were having to do pixel by pixel to draw, which is very difficult. Okay, so here we go. Let's look what we have here. What do we got? I'm in the graveyard. What do we have? A rusting saw. Sweet. Get the saw. Picked up the saw, and then let's examine that grave. Usually if you have something that is visible, then you want to examine it. All right, this grave is reserved for you. A beam of light shines on the grave. Scary. Is that what it says? Oh, no. Amongst the graves is a 4-leaf clover. A sign here says the grave is reserved for you. Oh, scary. All right, so we got that. Let's go ahead and get the clover. All right, and then let's head east. You got to have luck. Did anyone that played these when they were released actually get scared by text adventure games? So far on the show, we really haven't been scared. Well, maybe the Transylvania one, they had a werewolf that appeared on the screen, but the only ones that I could consider really scaring would like be 3D Monster Maze, with the horror theme at least. Okay, let's head north now. We leave the torture chamber, and let's go to the cell. Into the jail cell. And then from here, what do we have? We're in the jail cell. We see the closed cell door and an advertising leaflet. What? Read leaflet. Oh, that's right, Curtis. I can see that one too. Phantom Slayer would be a good one to really scare you. All right, the leaflet says, for a reading, just summon Medium Megan today. So it's a hint for us to do. All right, so to get past this part, we have to use our saw and saw the door. We've been sprung. So that clue helped us on something later, but we'd be stuck there unless we had the saw. All right, let's head east. And now we're back there on the stairway. And let's go north. Oh, that's true. Yeah, maybe not scared. Maybe more like concerned. I don't know the term. If you're not really scared or horrified, it'd be messing with your imagination is a good way to put it, Michael. Definitely. All right, so we're in north. Let's go ahead and drop the foot. That's the Count of Monte Cristo, by the way, right there. On what? On man. Drop the foot. There's a clap of thunder. But I didn't hear any thunder. Remember, we have to use our imagination. Okay, so we heard the clap of thunder, and let's go west now. Okay, that's a good place to stop at the fireplace. So if you keep watching Chronologically Gaming, I know we're going to keep playing Voodoo Castle. This is going to be released on lots of other home computers and micros. We'll just take over in this spot if they allow us to do a save and restore, and we'll just keep playing the game, and maybe eventually we'll get to the end of it. So there you go. Saga number 4, Voodoo Castle. I'm going to rate this the same way we rated it on the Apple II whenever we saw it. It's essentially a very well done text or graphic text adventure game, but the theme and the mechanics in this one aren't as fleshed out as some of the other releases that are adventure games. And I'm looking at the count. I would say the count would be 4 stars, but Voodoo Castle, even, well, I guess the original with all text would be a little bit lower, but this is still a very well done one, above average for all the games you could play across all home computers. But I'm still going to say 3.5 stars. I was not spooked. Probably won't get spooked by a text adventure game, maybe ever. But I'd love to hear everyone's thoughts or comments in the chat on that one. So there you go, 3.5 stars for Saga number 4, Voodoo Castle. Oh, there we go. Yeah, some around average ratings for all the games you could play. Why not? Now it's time for us to put the video game playing on pause, or adventuring on pause. We ran out of yen in the arcade, and so we'll have to continue playing every other game and all the other games another day. Next time on Chronologically Gaming, an ambitious shoot-'em-up for the Commodore VIC-20, and your next favorite game for the Pyuta. That's it for today, and like I always say, Japan is doing something right with video games, and the rest of the world better catch up. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the channel and joining me on my quest to play every single video game in order of release. We'll be streaming live every weekday at 9 p.m. Central, so join us and let us know if we missed any games along the way. This video would not be possible without Launchbox, RetroArch, and MAME. Tell all your friends there's some crazy guy named Chronologically Gaming trying to play every single video game. We have links down below that'll send you to places like our Discord and Patreon, and one that says all the video games we've ever played. If you go there, it's a list of everything, and you can click right to the game you want to see. Chronologically Gaming is the name to look for. We are perpetually retro, and we will catch you next time.